Hi students, now I am going to teach types of error. Already you know what is the error? The uncertainty in a measurement is called error. The error, it has three types, that is a random error, systematic error and a cross error. First is systematic error. The systematic errors are reproducible inaccuracies that are consistently in the same direction. Systematic errors are reproducible inaccuracies. Reproducible inaccuracies that are consistently in the same direction. These occur often due to problem that persist throughout the experiment. There is a problem persist throughout the experiments. It is produces a systematic error. Okay, so this is occur often due to a problem that persists throughout the experiment. Systematic error can be classified into instrumental error, imperfection in experimental technique or procedure. Third, personal error. Fourth, errors due to external causes. Least count error. These are the systematic error. Here, these type of errors often due to a problem that persists throughout the experiment. Okay students, that errors are called systematic error. So in this first we are going to discuss about the instrumental error. There is a mistake in instrument. Due to the mistake in or fault in instrument, there is producing the error that is called instrumental error. Okay, listen it. When an instrument is not calibrated properly at the time of manufacture. Okay, so that is a manufacturing fault. At the time of manufacturing, here there is a mistakes in instrument, that is the instrument is not calibrated properly. So the instrumental error may arise. Due to this, the instrumental error may arise. If a measurement is made with a meter scale whose end is worn out, the result obtained will have errors. This error can be corrected by choosing the instrument carefully. Okay, so already you know that in a meter scale, the zero, it does not start from the edge of the scale. Okay, so you can notice in a meter scale, the zero is start from 1 or 2 millimeter ahead from the edge of the scale. If you are measuring the distance by using the meter scale, you are coincide the edge of the scale with the object, means there is produces some error in measurement. So at the time of you are measuring the object by using this meter scale, that type of meter scale, you need to fix the zero of the meter scale at the edge of the object. So only we can correct that errors in the measurement. So these errors can be corrected by choosing the instrument carefully. Okay students. Next, imperfection in experimental technique or procedure. These errors arise due to the limitation in the experimental arrangement. Due to the limitation in the experimental arrangement. As an example, while performing experiments with a calorimeter, if there is no proper insulation, there will be a radiation losses. The heat energy is losses. The result in error, and to overcome this, necessary correction has to be applied. Okay, already you know. So this is a calorimeter. In a calorimeter, we are measuring the temperature. The temperature of the object is measured, At the time of you are measuring the temperature by using the thermometer, this calorimeter is insulated by using the insulating material. If it is not properly insulated, the calorimeter means at the time of you are measuring the temperature, there is some losses of heat energy through the surrounding. To avoid the leakage of the heat energy, we are using the insulation. So if the insulation is not proper means we cannot measure the correct values, accurate values. Okay, so here there is some error in the final calculation. So to avoiding this type of error, that is imperfection of experimental technique or procedure, we need to necessary conditions to be applied for the experiments. So if the calorimeter it want to be closed by using this insulating material means it must closed by using this insulating material before you are going to take the reading. Okay, so the proper arrangement is very important for the experiments. Next, personal error. These errors are due to the individuals performing the experiments. Okay, so these experiments arise due to us. Okay, students, you listen it. These errors are due to individual performing the experiments, may be due to the incorrect initial setting up of the experiments or carelessness of the individual making the observation due to improper precautions. Okay, right? So you can take any example. You are measuring that temperature in thermometer. At the time of you are taking this readings of temperature by using the thermometer, you need to fix your eye directly on the same height of the thermometer, show the reading. If you are seeing the thermometer above the level of the readings means it is give some error in the measurement. Like this, if you are seeing the thermometer below the height of the thermometer also you are measuring the values with the error. Okay, so here there is a personal errors due to individual performing. At the time of taking the reading, you need to take the readings with careful. Due to the carelessness or due to the incorrect initial setup of the instruments, there is arising the errors, that is called personal error. Okay, students. Next, errors due to external causes. The change in the external conditions during the experiments can cause the error in the measurement. For example, changes in temperature, humidity or pressure during the measurement may affect the result of the measurement. Okay, so at the time of you are measuring some values, due to the change in temperature or humidity or pressure during the measurement may affect the result of the experiment. This type of errors is error due to the external causes. Next, least count error. The least count is the smallest value that can be measured by the measuring instrument. Already you know that what is the least count of the device. The least distance measured by using the device is called least count of the device. That only given. Least count is the smallest value that can be measured by the measuring instrument. And the error due to this measurement is least count error. Due to the least count, there is a error in measurement means that is least count error. The instrument's resolution hence is the cause of this error. least count error can be reduced by using high precision instrument for the measurement. Okay, at the time of you are taking the value of the least count, if you are taking the value of the least count of the instruments is wrong, it is give the error in the measurement, that is least count error. So these errors, least count error, errors due to the external cause, personal error, imperfection in experimental technique or procedure, instrumental error, these are the types of the systematic error. So next we are going to discuss about the random error. So the random error may arise due to random and unpredictable variations in experimental conditions like pressure, temperature, voltage, supply, etc. Okay, the random errors may arise due to the random and unpredictable variations in experimental conditions like pressure, temperature, voltage, supply, etc. Voltage supply, etc. Errors may also be due to personal error by the observer who perform the experiment. The random error, it is also arises due to the observer done the mistakes. Okay students, random error are sometimes called chance error when different readings are obtained by person every time he repeats the experiments. Personal error occurs. For example, consider the case of the thickness of wire measured using screw gauge. The reading taken may be different for different trials. In this case, a large number of measurements are made and then the arithmetic mean is taken. Okay, so if you are doing some mistakes at the time of measuring the value, here it can be neglected by taking the large number of trial and then the arithmetic mean is taken for calculating the mean value of the measurement. We take one example. If n number of trial readings are taken in an experiments and the readings are A1, A2, A3 and so on AN, the arithmetic mean is calculated by using the formula of AM, that is arithmetic mean. AM is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus and so on AN divided by number of times, that is N. If you are taking the values A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 means A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 divided by 5. Okay students, or it can be written as arithmetic mean AM is equal to 1 divided by n, 1 divided by n, this n, that is will become outside, 1 divided by n, summation I is equal to 1 to n ai. Usually this arithmetic mean is taken as the best possible true value of the quantity. Certain procedure to be followed to minimize experimental error along with the examples. It is given. Type of error, random error. Example, suppose you measure the mass of a ring 3 times using the same balance and get slightly different value, 15.46 gram, 15.42 gram, 15.44 gram means how you can minimize that value. Take more data. Random error can be evaluated through statistical analysis and can be reduced by averaging over a large number of observation. Okay, by using this the arithmetic mean, we can neglect that error. Next, systematic error. Suppose the cloth tape measure that you use to measure the length of an object has been stretched out from years of use. As a result, all of the length measurement are not correct. Okay, by using the measuring tape, you are measuring the length of the object. There is having some error due to here there is a fault in measuring tape. It can be minimized by using statistical analysis. So systematic error are difficult to detect and cannot be analyzed statistically because all of the data is in the same direction, either too high or too low. Okay, so we are taking this more number of readings and then we can take the mean values from the experiment. Last one, that is a cross error. The error caused due to the sheer carelessness of an observer is called cross error. For example, reading an instrument without setting it properly. Okay, if you are taking the reading without proper arrangement, there arises the error, that is a random error. Next, taking observation in a wrong manner without bothering about the sources of error and the precautions. Okay, so here if it is show the value is 3.5 centimeter, but you are taking the value is 3.56 or 3.54. Okay, so instead of 3.55 you are taking the values in wrong manner, means here that is also one of the cross error. Recording a wrong observation. Okay, that is also same, recording the wrong observation. Okay, at the time of you are writing the values, measured values in the tabular column, if you are taking the readings or if you are writing the values in another tabular column, means okay, that is also one of the recording wrong observation. Okay, there is also arising the errors, that is one of the cross error. Using wrong values of the observation in calculation. Okay, so you need to take the correct values. Suppose you are taking this length of the object or the thickness of the object by using this screw gauge. At the time of you are using the screw gauge, you need to take the least count of the screw gauge. Here the least count of the screw gauge, it has a value is 0.01 mm, but wrongly you are taking the least count of the vernier caliper, means here there is also arising the error, that is one of the cross error, using wrong value of the observation in calculation. So these errors can be minimized only when an observer is careful and mentally alert. At the time of doing the experiments, you need to concentrate, okay, on the experiments. Next, error analysis. Here in error analysis, first topic, absolute error. The magnitude or difference between true value and the measured value of the quantity is called absolute error. What is the meaning for absolute error? That is the difference between true value and the measured value of the quantity is called absolute error. If A1, A2, A3 and so on, An are the measured values of any quantity, the A in an experiment performed n times, then the arithmetic mean of these values is called the true value of the quantity. Am is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus and so on An divided by n, or it can be written as Am is equal to 1 divided by n summation I is equal to 1 to n Ai. The absolute error in measured value is given by modulus of A1 is equal to modulus of Am minus A1. Okay, so we don't know either it is a positive or negative, so only here we are writing in modulus. So next, del A2, that is a change in A2. Del A2 means that is a change in A2. Modulus of del A2 is equal to Am modulus of Am minus A2. So and so on, you are taking this all the values. Finally, modulus of del An is equal to modulus of Am minus An. So next, that is mean absolute error. The arithmetic mean absolute error in all the measurement is called the mean absolute error. The arithmetic mean of absolute error in all the measurement is called the mean absolute error. Okay, students, what is meant by mean absolute error? The arithmetic mean of absolute error. The arithmetic mean of absolute error in all the measurement is called the mean absolute error. So del Am is equal to modulus of del A1 plus modulus of del A2 plus modulus of del A3. Okay, modulus means that is a modulus of del A1 means that is a change in A1. A2 means there is a change in A2, there is a change in A3 plus and so on, modulus of del An divided by n. So it is give the changes in the measurement, changes in the measurement. Okay, so the arithmetic mean of absolute error, the arithmetic mean of absolute error, that is a absolute error, is called a mean absolute error. Okay, so here the del am, it can be calculated 1 divided by n summation I is equal to 1 to n modulus of del ai. If am is the true value and del am is the mean absolute error, then the magnitude of the quantity may lie between am plus del am and am minus del am. Okay students, so here the magnitude of the quantity may be lie between am plus del am and am minus del am. Okay, either it is positive or it is either it is greater or it is lesser with the absolute error. Next, relative error. The ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value is called relative error. This is also called fractional error or relative error. What is the meaning for relative error? It is the relationship between the mean absolute error and the mean value. The ratio of the mean absolute error to the mean value is called relative error. Relative error is equal to mean absolute error to the relative error is equal to the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value. The ratio of, okay, so the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value is called relative error. So it can be written as, already you know, the mean absolute error is del am divided by mean values is am. So in a formula it can be written as relative error is equal to del am divided by am. Relative error expresses how large the absolute error is compared to total size of the object measured. For example, a driver's speedometer shows that his car is traveling at 60 km per hour. 60 km per hour. When it is actually moving at 62 km per hour, then absolute error of speedometer is 62 minus 60 km per hour is equal to 2 km per hour. So the relative error of the measurement is 2 km per hour divided by 60 km per hour. It is equal to 0.033. That is a relative error. Next, percentage error. The relative error expressed as a percentage is called a percentage error. The percentage error is calculated by using the formula of del am divided by am into 100%. Okay students, so already you know that here the relative error, that is a del am divided by am. If it is expressed in percentage, that is called percentage error. A percentage error very close to 0 mean one is close to the targeted value, which is good and acceptable. It is always necessary to understand whether error is due to impressions of equipment used or a mistake in the experimentation. So based on this, now we are going to discuss about one example sum. In a series of successive measurement in an experiment, the reading of the period of oscillation of simple pendulum were found to be 2.63 second, 2.56 second, 2.42 second, 2.71 second and 2.80 second. Calculate first the mean value of the period of oscillation. Second, the absolute error in the each measurement. Third, the mean absolute error. Fourth, the relative error. Fifth, the percentage error. Express the result in proper form. So first you are taking the given data. T1 is equal to 2.63 second, T2 is equal to 2.56, T3 is equal to 2.42, T4 is equal to 2.71, T5 is equal to 2.80. So first we are going to calculate the mean value. What is the meaning for arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is calculated by using am is equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus and so on, an divided by n. So here we are taking this values, the mean value of the period of oscillation. So we take the formula Tm is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5 divided by 5. Already I told you number of times is 5. So you are taking this values 2.63 plus 2.56 plus 2.42 plus 2.71 plus 2.80 divided by 5. So you are adding these values means Tm is equal to, it is give the answer is 13.12 divided by 5. So 13.12 divided by 5 means it is equal to 2.624 second. So that is one of the mean value of the period of oscillation. Tm is equal to 2.62 second. So rounding off to the second decimal, we can write that is one of the 2.62 second. Next, absolute error. What is the formula for the absolute error? That is del t is equal to Tm minus t. Okay, so del A1 is equal to, that is modulus of Am minus A1. We take the formula, no? So from the formula we can write del t is equal to Tm minus t. So first del t1. Del t1 means already you know the Tm values, that is 2.62 minus 2.63, it is the values is minus 0.01 second. Next del t2, 2.62 minus 2.56 is equal to plus 0.06 second. Next del t3 is equal to 2.62 minus t3 values 2.42 is equal to plus 0.20 second. Next del t4 is equal to Tm 2.62 minus T4 2.71 is equal to minus 0.09 second. Del T5 is equal to 2.62 minus 2.80 is equal to minus 0.8 second. So we know the values of the del T1, del T2, del T3, del T4, del T5. From this we are going to calculate the values of the mean absolute error. So what is the meaning for mean absolute error? That is summation modulus of del T divided by n. So del Tm is equal to, what is the values? 0.01 plus 0.06 plus 0.20 plus 0.09 plus 0.19 divided by 5. The del Tm is equal to 0.54. Divided by 5 is equal to 0.108 second. It is equal to rounding of 0.11 second. Relative error. For calculating relative error, it has a formula del Tm divided by Tm is equal to 0.11 divided by 2.62 is equal to 0.0419. So the rounding off, we can write that is one of the St is equal to 0.04. Next, percentage error means it is expressed in the relative error expressed in percentage. So t is equal to 0.04 into 100% is equal to 4%. Sixth one, the time period of the simple pendulum. So it can be written as, here the measured value is 2.62 plus or minus the mean absolute error, that is 0.11 second. Okay students, thank you.